Oh dude, my hand is on backwards. Hey, how's everyone doing today? It's your favorite trash mammal, Ash the Coyote, back with some fresh new content for you to enjoy. Also, I'm a little bit sick. Thank you, Anthrocon. Oh my god. So, I was hopping around Twitter the other day and came across this gem of a trailer. Cats. And, like most furries, I was horrified by the CG, and that got me thinking, why not talk about furry critters in film a bit, and how our beloved entertainment industry can do better at creating fluffy friends that everyone will like. So let's watch some clips and give them some feedback, starting with cats. Alright, I'm gonna turn on the trailers here in my theater, and we can critique them together. Okay, stop! Right off the bat, why do they have human noses? That is so freaking creepy. Have you ever heard of Uncanny Valley? This is it! I am sure the acting in this film will be fine. I mean, look at the talent that they've wrangled for it. But style is such a huge part of a piece like this. They obviously spent a fortune on CG, why not make it better? Like, look at the original Broadway costumes. Notice anything about the makeup? They have painted on cats' noses. Part of why those costumes work so well is that they banked off the rock and roll glam of the time. Hashtag keep cats metal, anyone? Aside from that, spatially things just feel really weird. It's supposed to be from the perspective of a cat, but the way that they constructed it doesn't feel that way at all. It's just really hard to watch. Okay, I think I've seen enough. Moving on. Sonic. Where do we even start with Sonic? I mean, the legendary blue blur, faster than the speed of sound and all that jazz. I know from time to time I rag on the character, but Sonic was actually a huge influence on my childhood. The games were fantastic. Well, most of them. The non-3D ones. But let's be honest, the character is iconic. So you would think if you were making a film about such a well-established character, then you would want to bank on the look, right? Wrong! Now, I know the studio has promised to fix it, but who approved this and why? Video game films as a genre have suffered this fate at the hands of Hollywood studios for years. Look at Sonic's Nintendo siblings, the Mario Brothers, or the arcade classic Street Fighter. Not what I'd call good films. Admittedly, I do kind of like how ridiculous Street Fighter is, but that's more because I like bad movies than it is being a good film. If you're playing with such an iconic brand, then you should stay true to that brand. You don't do a commercial for Nike and then change their logo into an S because you think it looks better. Sonic has a defined look, as set forth in an insane amount of media. Just don't mess with the look! I know for Sonic, a lot of the decisions came down from the top. It's not the artist's fault, not even remotely, but they're the ones who have to suffer for it. Right now, the CG team is having to work overtime to fix an issue that is really the fault of some top-level creative's vision of what Sonic should be. Aside from that, the trailer reveals that this will be taking place in the human world, and my favorite part of the whole trailer, this tiny little snippet at the end. Robotnik and Mobius. It's perfect. Now, if only that was the whole film! Finally, we have the classic remade in all its glory, The Lion King. Let's start with the things I like on this one. Seeing the trailer, I can tell that they really wanted to stay true to the original film. The shots are pretty much banking on that nostalgia factor for all of us who grew up with the film. It also has a great score and a fantastic cast. I mean, what more could you ask for? If this was the first time this film was made, then I would probably see it and think nothing more of it. Just an interesting technological achievement. This is why I have a problem with it. When the original Lion King was released, it really was a masterpiece of animation. It was the art form refined and brought to life. If you're going to remake a film as good as this one, you better make something that is just out of this world good. That's where the remake loses me. The animal models are just too real, and they cross the uncanny valley to a point where it just feels really off. The stylized approach of traditional animation is such that you don't really have to worry about that as much. But with CG, those lines are blurred to the point where it's just uncomfortable. Let's talk about expressiveness. Film is all about being up close and personal with the performance. We love those juicy emotional close-ups. Just because the actors are animals does not mean that they can't express themselves emotionally. And since it's CG, it shouldn't be that big of a deal, right? Wrong again. The director of The Lion King wanted to tone back the emotions of the animals so much so that they are less emotive than their real-life counterparts. How silly is that? I mean, it's not like I want a Nicolas Cage level, crazy eyes, expressive, nonsensical performance here. I just want the film to be good. Let me be clear here, CGI is a fantastic tool for artistic expression. Just don't let a focus on realism take away from the style and substance of the film. While we're on the subject of Disney is a huge studio with seemingly endless pockets, employing some of the most talented artists in the world. Why can't you come up with an original idea? Rather than spending millions to recreate a story that you have already made once, well, actually twice, but more on that later, make a new one. Get creative. Y'all own Pixar and like half the freaking industry. It's not like you're tapped for resources. Look at Zootopia, for example. Great film, done in CG that I adore. Same with Wreck-It Ralph, both made by you, Disney. So about that original idea, y'all ever hear of Kimba the White Lion? If you haven't, look it up. It's a classic anime from the 60s that many believe, myself included, that Disney borrowed the idea of the Lion King from. I mean, I have seen countless side-by-side comparisons taken from the original anime, where Disney obviously borrowed the essence of the shot, aka copied it but in their style. Also, Kimba, Simba sound kind of familiar. Totally not a coincidence, right? Alright, that's about all I have time for today. I hope you all enjoyed the episode. Tell me what you think of my new style in the comments section below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Goodbye!